Hi. My name's Jennifer Davenport. I've got this daughter named Devin. We never were really close. I tried my hardest, but then, she was just too good to me sometimes, good for me, I think, because she was that straight A student and really out for soccer. Very good at soccer. I like to brag a little bit about my daughter. So anyway, there's this book written about her. It's named After. And I haven't read it myself, of course. I don't have time to be reading a lot since I have to work to make a living down at the Safeway. And that brings me to the subject, that the book was about. It's about that day that I came home and just found her, well, before I even found her on the couch, and she was lying there on the couch and wouldn't even talk to me, but before I got home, I saw this big ruckus in the back of our house, back in the alley, and there were police cars and ambulances and everything going on back there. So there was this one really cute policeman back there, so I just kind of sidled up next to him and asked him what was going on, and his name was Ron. I gave him my name, of course. He said that somebody had just dumped it in the garbage, just thrown it away like last Saturday night's pizza. I couldn't believe that anybody, I might even know this person since it was dumped right there in our alley. Couldn't believe it. So when I got home, I was telling Devin all about it, about this cute little guy, and she wouldn't even talk to me. She was just lying there, and I was trying my hardest, and then all of a sudden the door knocked. There was a big knock on the door, and I couldn't figure out who would be disturbing us at 6 o'clock in the morning. But here was that cute policeman, and I just figured he came to see me, check it out, see what else I could tell him. So he wanted to talk to Devin. Went over and started talking to her, and she would not tell him anything. Wouldn't even look at him. She just stayed cuddled up underneath that blanket. It was embarrassing to me that she wasn't trying to be more sociable. That doesn't make me look very good, does it? So I just ripped that blanket off, and oh my gosh, I could not believe all the blood. I couldn't believe it. It was just awful. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. Sure, she said she wasn't feeling good, but blood just everywhere, and I just came unglued. It was so disturbing to me. And the policeman took me out in the kitchen, wasn't treating me very nicely at all. So, anyway, they took my daughter away. Took her to the hospital first, and then they took her to jail. Now, I would have been there for her, but it was so embarrassing. Did she ever think about how this was going to affect others? It was awful for me. People were talking. So, naturally, I just stayed away. I figured she was a big enough girl to do things like that, then she was a big enough girl to just do it on her own. But I did show up, being the good mother that I was. I went to the courtroom one day when she was on trial. They were going to put her away for life, so of course, being her mother, I showed up and tried to help. She still didn't appreciate me very much. So, if you want to, I suppose you could read this book. It's called After. And it says right there, you've done the unthinkable. That was my daughter. What happens after?